A married couple lived in a small house in Japan with their son and daughter. The son was very angry with his sister and wanted to play a really nasty prank on her. He decided that he would secretly videotape her on the toilet and post the video online. He wanted to humiliate his sister in front of her friends. The boy hid the video camera under the towel in the bathroom. Minutes later, his sister went into the bathroom and locked the door. She never came out again. Her mother started to wonder what she was taking so long. She banged on the bathroom door and called out the girl's name, but no reply. Worried, she told her husband, and eventually they managed to force the door open. What they found inside that bathroom filled them with horror. Their daughter was lying in a pool of blood on the tile floor. She had been stabbed to death. Her face was so sliced up that she was unrecognizable and her tongue had been cut out. There was a bloody sickle lying on the floor beside her. The police were called immediately, and they came to investigate the scene. Inspecting the bathroom, they found that it posed a mystery. The door had been locked from the inside. The window was securely latched, and the bathroom was so small that nobody could be hiding inside, lying in wait for her. So how was she murdered? The police saw that the only possible entrance was a small vent in the wall that measured only 10 inches by 10 inches. Nobody could have fit through that small space. The police were absolutely stumped. They could not figure out how anyone could have gotten inside to kill that girl. The police carefully dusted the sickle for fingerprints, but unfortunately, they found none. At this point, they felt that the case would never be solved. They questioned the mother and father, but when it came time to question the son, he was nowhere to be found. They searched the house and eventually found him curled up in a wardrobe. His eyes were wild and he was sobbing uncontrollably. His hands were shaking violently. They noticed that he was holding a video camera. Unable to question him, the police decided to review the videotape. What they saw in that footage would terrify them for years to come. They pressed play on the video camera, and the screen showed the young girl sitting on the toilet. When she finished, she stood up, and the police noticed some movement in the small vent behind the toilet. A tiny figure emerged noiselessly from the vent. It was carrying the sickle. The policemen could hardly believe what they were seeing. The figure measured only 6 inches in height. It jumped onto the girl's back, and before she was able to scream, it sliced open her throat with the sickle. Then it began stabbing the girl until she was dead. But the horror was not over. The tiny figure sliced up the girl's face and cut out her tongue. Afterwards, the figure approached the camera. The figure's face was that of a gnarled and wrinkled old woman. It looked directly into the lens and hissed, "You're next." Then, the tiny figure disappeared back into the small vent, carrying the girl's severed tongue with her. After watching the videotape, the police officers wiped tears from their eyes. Some vomited on the floor, and even one lost control of himself and soiled his pants in sheer terror. Today, the case remains unsolved, and the tiny woman has never been identified. The videotape still exists, but the police refuse to release it to the public. It sits in an evidence locker at the police station. The police call this case the Sickle Mystery and refuse to discuss it with the media.